Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 4 in the NIRV for October 4th, 2023. My sons, listen to a father's teaching. Pay attention and gain understanding. I give you good advice, so don't turn away from what I teach you. I, too, was once a young boy in my father's house, and my mother loved me deeply. Then my father taught me. He said to me, "Take hold of my words with all your heart. Keep my commandments, and you will live. Get wisdom. Get understanding. Don't forget my words or turn away from them. Stay close to wisdom, and she will keep you safe. Love her, and she will watch over you. To start being wise, you must first get wisdom. No matter what it costs, get understanding. Value wisdom highly, and she will lift you up. Hold her close, and she will honor you. She will set a beautiful crown on your head. She will give you a glorious crown. My son, listen, accept what I say. Then you will live for many years. I instruct you in the way of wisdom. I lead you along straight paths. When you walk, nothing will slow you down. When you run, you won't trip and fall. Hold on to my teaching and don't let it go. Guard it well, because it is your life. Don't take the path of evil people. Don't live the way sinners do. Stay away from their path. Don't travel on it. Travel far from it and go your own way. Go on your way. Sinners can't rest until they do what is evil. They can't sleep until they make someone sin. They do evil just as easily as they eat food. They hurt others as easily as they drink wine. The path of those who do right is like the sun in the morning. It shines brighter and brighter until the full light of the day. But the way of those who do what is wrong is like deep darkness. They don't know what makes them trip and fall. My son, pay attention to what I say. Listen closely to my words. Don't let them out of your sight. Keep them in your heart. They are like life to those who find them. They are health to a person's whole body. Above everything else, guard your heart. Everything you do comes from it. Don't speak with twisted words. Keep evil talk away from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Keep looking right in front of you. Think carefully about the paths that your feet walk on. Always choose the right ways. Don't turn to the right or the left. Keep your feet from the path of evil. Sorry, tripping up there a couple of times. I mean, a good half of these, 27 verses are just like, hey, kid, listen to me. Son, listen to me. Child, do what I'm telling you to do, please. Had our parent meeting at the church tonight. So it's not nice to know that other people struggle, but it's nice to know that other people struggle. Does that make sense? And even joking with friends today in a chat, before that, it's like a friend said that he went through a bad relationship and a breakup, and he had to take time away to get his stuff together and his life in order, and now he's back. And I was just like, go ahead, Blue. Like, if you got your stuff together, much respect, because I sure don't. And another friend said anybody who says they has their stuff together is lying. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to doubt, homie. I just, good on him if that's true. Yeah, listen, pay attention, don't turn away. And then we got a little, empathizing, right? Like, hey, man, I was a kid too, And then right back. Your grandfather said, take hold of my words. Keep my commands and you'll live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Again, don't forget. Don't forget them. Stay close to wisdom. She'll guard you and keep you safe. And if you love her, she'll watch over you. To start being wise, you must first get wisdom. It's almost like, duh, but you can't be wise without wisdom. So you need to get some degree of wisdom before you can even be on your way to be considered wise, right? You got to possess wisdom to be wise. To start being wise, you must first get wisdom. No matter what it costs, get understanding. If you value wisdom highly, she'll lift you up, honor you, set a beautiful crown on your head, give you a glorious crown. Once again, like Solomon's telling us, man, get wisdom. This is what you do in this life, because it will affect how you live this life, which will affect what happens in the next life. That's such a big cat that I thought it was a coyote. You saw that look on my face. And if you accept wisdom, live for a long time. Stay on straight paths. Nothing will slow you down. It says when you run, you won't trip and fall. Hold on to my teaching and don't let it go, and guard it, because it is your life. A whole paragraph on stay away from sinners, because sinners do, like sinners do, keep away from them. This interesting sentence, right? They do evil just as easily as they eat food. They hurt others as easily as they drink wine. Whew. How easy is it for you to drink wine, right? You like it? Theoretically, it tastes good. If you're drinking one that you like, it's going to make you feel better. We usually do it together. It's easy. It goes down easy, right? They hurt people just that easily. Just, what's it cost me? Nothing, right? Over time, I have come to just love this verse. So 4:18, the path of those who do right is like the sun in the morning. It shines brighter and brighter until the full light of day. The path, not those who do right, not the righteous, not the just, not the wise. The path shines brighter. So it's when the sun's first coming up, it's not even like sun breaking yet, but the ultraviolet's bouncing around, a little bit of the infrared. You can kind of see the path. And then as morning progresses, the lighter colors, the higher reflective stuff is very visible. And we start walking it. And then by the time that we're in the noonday sun, the path, depending on the ground and where you are on the planet, could be blinding. The path itself could be blinding, to where all you can do is kind of squint and follow it. It's almost like, I'm just thinking of it this way for the first time, right? So you're squinting, trying to see the light when you're stumbling over stuff. But when the path is so bright, it's also like squinting, right? So we can have an overwhelming amount of revelation, that so much that we just can follow it almost with our eyes closed, versus we're squinting and trying to open our eyes as wide as we can to see the little bit of light over the things we're stumbling over in darkness. If that makes sense to anybody else, good. It makes sense to me in my tired dad brain. And then one last entreaty, right, in the last 7 verses. Pay attention, listen closely, don't let them go, keep them in your heart. Why? Because they're life and health. Above all else, guard your heart. Everything you do comes from it. Watch what goes in. Garbage in, garbage out, right? First in, first out. So, put bad things in, get bad things out. Put vulgar speech in, get vulgar speech out. Defile your eyes watching pornography. I don't know if it's what I say or the actual words. I'm not monetized. But man, the wrong words get me just crushed. But, when we watch things and we fixate on them, it affects our entire worldview. So if we're watching things that we shouldn't, then we're not going to be able to wrestle with the spirit of lust, for instance. So avoid the path of evil. Turn that crap off. Don't look at it on your phone. Don't look at it on your computer. Take steps to avoid it. Right? Delete the stuff that's making it convenient for you. Block the website that you find yourself drifting to. Just thought. Avoid the path. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Keep looking right in front of you. Think carefully about the paths that your feet walk on. Always choose the right ones. Don't turn to the right or the left. Keep your feet from the path of evil. Think about what you're doing before you do it. There's one way to keep yourself out of trouble. If you examine your behavior as you're doing it, and especially before you do it, you probably identify if you shouldn't be doing it, right? I don't know why I'm harping on this today, but I know a lot of guys struggle with it. So if you're struggling with watching, let's say, mature or adult content, it's extremely self-destructive, guys. You got to do your best to push that habit out of your life. Simplest ways to change your behavior are stop doing bad things, bad habits. Even if it's a struggle, the mere act of resisting your bad habits is going to change your mental outlook. It's going to change your internal conversation, and it'll slowly but surely change your day and your habits. So you always do some in the morning, late at night, on a break, whatever. Find something else to do if you're struggling. Make a phone call. Reach out to one of your homeboys. It doesn't even have to be like, hey man, I'm struggling with this. Just occupy yourself in a different way. And how about ask them how they're doing and check up on somebody that's supposed to be your friend, right? Preaching to somebody today. Think carefully about the paths that your feet walk on. Why? Because we go back up to 18. Because we go to 19. But the path, the way of those who do what is wrong is like deep darkness. They don't know what makes them trip and fall. They can't see the path. They can't see what's on it. They're just stumbling. Like a couple of steps, maybe a little shuffle. If I'm careful, boom, hit something, fall in a pothole, trip and fall. Versus mind your paths, consider them. Because as you examine the paths you're on, they become brighter and clearer and easier to walk on and almost unmissable. It takes effort, right? That's what it says. Don't turn to the right or the left. It doesn't even say don't stop walking. Like, you must continue. It says don't turn this way or that way. Because the more we study the path and live the path, the more obvious it is. Just like Roman roads that still exist today have ruts in them from the time of the empire. Why? Because people stayed on the path and used the path that got them where they wanted to go. When you go to heaven, you got to get on the right path. It's like choose your own adventure, right? You can choose your own adventure at every step of the way. You can choose. The Lord gives us that ability. But not every ending is the good one, right? In fact, all of them are the losing one, except for one single one. And that's accept the gospel of Jesus Christ. If that makes you mad, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to call it. It's one of those nights I'm actually like awake and ready to drive. But my lady just got off work. And I want to go spend some time with her. And I probably won't make that much money in 2 hours. The last several times it's been so dead, I feel like I'm losing money just sitting there. So on one hand, I can drive a few miles into the city and sit and see, and maybe take an order or two for a couple of bucks. Or I can go spend a little time with my lady, gentlemen. So with that, I guess that's what I'm going to do. She might already be passed out on the couch since I took my time to come and do this. But Had a very full day. Jobs. Kiddo completed 2 courses in homeschool. Went and bought a video game to reward him. I was going to buy him the video game anyway. But this certainly prompted me to stop delaying. Oh. And I got another Switch controller, a little joiner thing. But more importantly, I used the whole trip as an excuse to get myself a new mouse. I got the hitchhiker thumb. I like using a trackpad, not a trackpad, trackball. And the mice that I have are like 20 years old and failing, and they don't make them anymore. So we're going to try these new versions. I don't know, fam. So I got the cheap $50 one instead of the $100 one that tilts a little bit. Whatever. We're using the excuse of I'm working on the graphic designs. So need another mouse that works. Alright. Oh my gosh. I wonder how many of y'all watch this and yawn as much as I yawn. I much preferred this doing this in the day. A lot of times I'm on at night, but like right now, I've slowed down too long. I got the kids in bed, started cleaning up dinner, had the other one laying with me, and then the act of like just sitting there and inertia catching up with me, I'm dead. Whereas if I just don't stop moving, then, it's like your body doesn't know you're tired. And I didn't feel like making a cup of coffee for midnight just to wait for it to kick in, film this, then have it kick in, and then be like, ah. So, which probably wouldn't happen. I'm the kind of person that can drink coffee and go to bed. But very occasionally, I'll surprise myself. And I didn't need that to be tonight. So, she's got 6 days off in a row. I get to work, try to make some money. And our anniversary is coming up in the stretch too. So, got to figure out what to get the lady. She's not a bag girl, not a shoe girl, not a jewelry girl. I try to make her like a dress girl. We don't really go out and have social stuff, so we don't have places to wear this stuff. I've gotten her everything she's asked for, as far as like, I want this appliance, I want this thing, I want that. And they either get used or they sit there. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I want to do some kind of experience, but because I had to beg some friends to watch the kiddos for a couple of hours, I've got to figure out what it is we can do in those couple of hours. We'll see how it goes. All right, I'm going to go home, get a little sleep, I think, and hit the ground running tomorrow. So go with God, be blessed, see you in daylight.